ljudi, it's Kaylee Hendershot back with this Croatian Life, and you are here for part 2 of Moving to Croatia series. What you're going to learn in this video is all about the language in Croatia, living in Croatia, and land in Croatia. Land seems a bit vague, but don't worry, it's going to make sense when I get there. So, without further ado, let's jump into the video. Oh my god. Ah. Language in Croatia. The local language in Croatia is Croatian. Most people know English and German. How do you learn Croatian? Here's the best advice that I'm going to give you. You need to be taking the 3 main levels of Croatian. That is A1, A2, B1, B2. And that you need to do back to back. You need to basically come here with enough money to save so that way you can just focus on Croatian for 3+ months. Otherwise, you're gonna end up like me and only speak a little bit of Croatian forever. Yeah. There are several Croatian language schools around. The best one that I personally recommend is the one that I went to, which is the Sputnik language school in downtown Zagreb. You're basically in the classroom every single day, Monday to Friday, not every single day, but Monday to Friday from the morning to the afternoon, then you have homework after. I did the first level. I did not move on to do the next levels, although I really wish that I would have. However, my friend did. She said it was very, very hard, but she was really speaking and understanding by the end of it. So if I could do it again, I would. There's a fuzzy, sorry. If I could do it again, I would totally go back and do all 3. I would come to Croatia with a chunk of money. I wouldn't even think about working because it is like college. It's a lot of work. It is very, very hard, and it is mentally draining and exhausting. Do yourself a favor if you really want to learn and commit to learning Croatian, which is definitely recommended, so that way you can be communicating with people, because I definitely feel isolated sometimes, although that's my problem. Okay, do that. I'm gonna link Sputnik language school down below. However, there are other ones, so just Google Croatian language school Zagreb if you're there. If you're coming to Zagreb, again, I'm sorry, I'm assuming that you're coming to Zagreb. For people moving other places, I'm really not sure. Split and Zagreb for sure have Croatian language courses available to foreigners. When it comes to other places, I am not sure. Although you do have books online. Although I'm not really a fan of learning on my own and teaching myself when it comes to a foreign language, it's just too hard. However, there's some really, really great books, and I am going to link down below the book on Amazon that I had bought before I came. Living in Croatia. So, you want to live in Croatia. Where do you do that? Have a house? Have an apartment? Apartments, apartments, apartments. Unless you are moving in with a significant other and their family who already have a house, it is highly likely that you are going to live in an apartment. If you want to know the pricing for housing, for apartments, all of that good stuff, please check out this video above where I went over the cost of living in Croatia. A lot of apartments, I have learned in Croatia, often come furnished. Not always, but it is a possibility to get your apartment furnished, meaning it already has a bed, it has a couch, some other household items, which is really strange because in the US, it's very, very rare that you would ever find an apartment that is furnished for you already. So that is really cool. You can check that out when you're looking at places to live, if it's furnished or not. Roommates! I've learned in Croatia that roommates aren't super, super common. I have met a couple people who've had roommates, although most people live with their families. If you want to find a roommate, I would definitely recommend maybe going on to Facebook expat group to see if you can find a roommate, although it really isn't very common here. At least not in my experience. I could be wrong. I don't know. The 3 best places to look when you are going to be looking for living or an apartment in Croatia are going to be Njuskalo, linking that down below also, putting that here on the screen for you. Njuskalo is something similar to Craiglist in Croatia. That is where we found our old apartment, was on Njuskalo. The second place that you should look is, of course, another Facebook group called Najam stanova, which basically means apartment renting in Croatian. And the third place that you can look for living apartments, index.hr, which is a major news portal here in Croatia, /oglasi. So this is the apartment renting section of Index HR. When it comes to the other things about living, oftentimes you have a grocery store nearby. You can order food, you can order delivery, you can order takeout, all the normal stuff. I would definitely just search food near me, but grocery store, ordering, restaurants, it's all normal. It's all very, very, very similar to the rest of the world, Western Europe, and North America. Land. I wanted to talk about this because I had a man write me who was asking about the land in Croatia, the infrastructure of Croatia, and I do think that it's important to cover this. So that's why I put land in here. And so this is about the infrastructure and transportation in Croatia, which kind of just go together, right? Because infrastructure is essentially roads. Traveling and transportation in Croatia. Most major cities have a bus system at the very least, if not also a tram system, which is really, really amazing. And on top of that, a lot of major cities even have train system. Where I live in the Zagreb area, we have all three. In Split, I know there's bus system, Rijeka bus system. Is there trams? I think there might be trams in Split. I'm not 100% sure. All the Split people are gonna kill me for that. I really don't know. Comment below if there's trams in Split. Infrastructure, it's all the same. It is not a Commonwealth country. So here in Croatia, people drive on the right side of the road. Really the right though. They drive on the same side of the road as most of Europe and North America. So that's all good. If you drive on that side of the road now, you're good to go. If you're from a Commonwealth country and you drive on the other side of the road, might have a little bit of trouble with that. You know, you have good roads, sidewalks, stop signs, stop lights.
No.
When it comes to traveling across the country, within the country, you have two major ways of getting around, and that is by train or by bus. I personally recommend by bus because bus is cheaper, it's faster. You wouldn't believe that. I know it's truly amazing, but only in Croatia and in Eastern Europe will a train move slower than a bus. Don't ask me. It's possible, believe me. Yeah, so I recommend by bus. You can check Get By Bus, linking that below as well. You can check there if you want to travel in between the country. You can get a bus pretty much almost anywhere. It's really amazing. You also have taxis and Uber for a form of transportation, and cars and car dealerships. I did want to bring this up because somebody had asked me, you know, are there a lot of car dealerships there? Yes, there's a lot of car dealerships. It's pretty much, you know, all the same. You know, you have your Mercedes car dealerships, you have like the big corporate car dealerships, or you have the privately owned car dealerships. You can buy on Njuskalo also, probably on a Facebook group, although I haven't looked. The second part of the land that I wanted to talk about is the landscape and the climate, just to give a rough idea. So this is not a geography lesson. If you want to get a good geography lesson on Croatia, the Geography Now Croatia video is amazing. I watched it and he's also very entertaining. Yeah, he's super great. So check him out for sure. Just search Geography Now Croatia and you're gonna get a load of information. So I don't want to dump too much information on you because there is a lot of information out there about the geography of Croatia. However, just a quick rundown if coming to Croatia is something that you're thinking about doing. You have four main regions in Croatia. Croatia proper or continental, basically where I am, here in Zagreb, Istria, Slavonia, and the famous Dalmatia. It's highly likely that you are going to move to the Zagreb or greater Zagreb area or Dalmatia or the coast. It's less likely that you're going to move to Istria or Slavonia, but possible. You never know. But for now, I'm just going to talk about the climate in the two main populous areas in Croatia. In the continental Croatia, where I am, it's very much a four seasons. You have your fall, you have your winter, which is cold with snow, you have your spring. It's been very, very much a standard spring here with the rain and then the sun and then the rain and then the sun.
And then the rain and then the sun.
Ugh. And the summers are piping hot here. So that's what you get in the continental Croatia. You do get your four seasons, but almost more like a mild version of the four seasons in coastal Croatia, aka Dalmatia. It's much more sunny down there. something like Southern California to me. If you've been to Southern California, it's drier and it's got palm trees. The summers are absolutely phenomenal down there. They're hot, but you're on the sea, so they're extra amazing. Outside of all the urban cities, you have a lot of farming. You've got the sea, you've got the Adriatic Sea, and that's what Croatia is known for. But also when it comes to land, Croatia has many rivers. Croatia is kind of split by the Dinaric Alps. You have lots of forest here. I've been to Gorski Kotar, which was like kind of up in the hills, the mountains, with the trees and clean air, and it was amazing. And you also have lakes like the famous Plitvice lakes, just absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. You have a very good mixture of climate, landscape, you've got it all here in Croatia. I'm gonna see you guys on the third part of this series where I basically tell you all the other things that the internet is not going to tell you about Croatia. So look forward to seeing you then, and vidimo se uskoro. Bog!